안녕하세요, 다다스코 친구들. 오늘 만나서 반가워요. 아빠가 들려주는 영어 동화, 엄마가 들려주는 한글 동화 나라로 떠나볼까요?
미녀와 야수. 옛날에 배로 물건을 실어 나르며 사고 파는 부자 상인이 살았어요. 상인에게는 딸이 셋 있었어요. 그중 막내딸 벨은 누가 봐도 감탄할 만큼 아름다웠지요. 벨을 본 이웃 사람들은 벨에 대해 칭찬을 아끼지 않았어요. 벨은 부자 아버지 덕분에 두 언니와 함께 아무 걱정 없이 살았어요. 그런데 어느 날 상인이 크게 손해를 보고 빈털터리가 되었어요. 상인의 가족은 쫓기듯 시골의 작은 집으로 이사했어요. 두 언니는 잘 살던 때를 잊지 못하고 투덜거렸지요. 하지만 벨은 부지런히 농사일을 도우며 아버지를 위로했어요. 하루는 상인의 물건을 실은 배가 항구로 들어온다는 소식이 왔어요. 상인은 기쁨에 들떠 딸들에게 말했어요. 얘들아, 갖고 싶은 물건을 말해보렴. 오는 길에 다 사다 주마. 두 언니들은 화려한 드레스와 빛나는 보석을 갖고 싶다고 말했고, 마음씨 착한 벨은 장미꽃 한 송이만 부탁했어요. 그런데 상인이 배에 가보니 긴 시간 바다를 떠도는 동안 물건이 모두 상해서 쓸모가 없게 되었어요. 상인은 힘없이 집으로 돌아가고 있었어요. 길을 잃고 헤매던 상인은 저 멀리에서 불빛을 발견했어요. 불빛을 따라가자 그 앞에는 커다란 성이 있었어요. 성 안은 아주 조용했어요. 벽난로에서는 불이 활활 타오르고 식탁 위에는 맛있는 음식이 잔뜩 차려져 있었지요. 한참을 기다렸지만 아무도 나타나지 않았어요. 더 이상 참을 수가 없었던 상인은 음식을 허겁지겁 먹어 치웠어요. 그러다가 깜빡 잠이 들었어요. 다음날 눈부신 햇살이 상인의 얼굴을 간지럽혔어요. 거짓말처럼 눈보라가 그쳤지요. 벌써 아침이 되었어요. 상인은 서둘러 성을 빠져나오다 정원에 탐스럽게 핀 장미꽃을 보았어요. 망설이던 상인은 장미꽃 한 송이를 뚝 꺾었어요. 그때 흉측하게 생긴 야수가 으리렁거리며 소리쳤어요. 겁에 질린 상인은 잘못을 빌었어요. 막내딸이 장미 한 송이를 부탁하길래 그만 장미꽃을 꺾었네요. 야수는 이야기했어요. 막내딸을 이곳으로 데리고 오라고 말했어요. 도망치듯 집으로 돌아온 상인은 몸져 눕고 말았어요. 벨은 아버지의 말을 듣고 야수의 성으로 가기로 마음먹었어요. 장미꽃을 부탁한 것은 저였어요. 당연히 제가 가야지요. 아버지를 살릴 수만 있다면 어디든 갈 거예요. 상인은 눈물을 참으며 벨을 야수에게 데려다 주었답니다. 벨은 두려웠지만 성 안으로 들어갔어요. 그런데 마치 벨을 잘 아는 누군가가 준비한 것처럼 성 안은 온통 벨이 좋아하는 것으로 가득 차 있었어요. 벨은 금세 야수의 성이 편안해졌어요. 그런데 며칠 뒤 갑자기 야수가 식탁 앞에 불쑥 나타났어요. 벨은 흉측한 야수의 모습을 보고 너무너무 놀랐어요. 하지만 야수의 점잖은 태도에 두려움은 사라졌지요. 두 사람은 함께 저녁을 먹었어요. 겉모습과는 달리 야수는 아주 다정하고 친절했어요. 아름다운 음악과 꽃향기가 성안을 가득 채웠고 야수는 재미있는 이야기로 벨의 마음을 편안하게 해주었어요. 그러던 어느 날 야수가 벨에게 결혼하자고 말했어요. 벨은 고개를 저으며 이야기했어요. 아무래도 야수의 흠측한 겉모습은 받아들이기 힘들었지요. 하지만 야수는 날마다 청혼을 했어요. 벨은 날이 갈수록 청혼을 거절하기가 힘들어졌어요. 야수는 비록 겉모습은 흉측했지만 속마음은 착하고 다정했거든요. 마침내 벨은 큰 결심을 했어요. 야수님, 당신과 나는 결혼할 순 없어요. 하지만 영원히 당신과 함께 지내겠어요. 마지막으로 가족들을 한 번만 만나고 오게 해주세요. 야수는 마지못해 허락해주며 슬픈 얼굴로 초승달을 가리켰어요. 달이 보름달이 되기 전에 꼭 돌아와 달라고. 안 그러면 야수에게 끔찍한 일이 생길 거라고. 야수는 벨에게 반지를 건넸어요. 벨은 집으로 돌아왔어요. 상이는 다시 부자가 되어 있었고 언니들도 예전처럼 잘 지내고 있었어요. 벨이 야수와 함께 지내는 동안 상이는 하는 일마다 크게 성공했어요. 마치 누군가가 도와주는 것처럼 말이에요. 가족들은 벨을 반갑게 맞았어요. 언니들은 물었어요. 야수가 정말 못생겼는지, 야수가 정말 무서운지, 야수가 얼만큼 잘해줬는지를요. 벨은 대답했어요. 가족을 볼 수 없다는 것과 야수가 결혼하자는 것만 빼면 정말 멋진 곳이야. 벨은 오페라도 보고 무도회에도 가고 잘생긴 젊은이들과 산책도 하며 즐거운 시간을 보냈어요. 그러느라 벨은 야수와의 약속을 깜빡 잊어버렸어요. 어느 날 밤 꿈에 야수가 나타났어요. 정원 장미꽃밭에 쓰러진 채 말이에요. 벨은 마음이 찢어질 듯 아팠어요. 야수가 보고 싶고 그 손을 잡아주고 싶었어요. 꿈에서 깬 벨은 야수가 준 반지를 돌렸어요. 순식간에 벨은 야수의 성에 돌아왔어요. 꿈속에서처럼 야수는 장미꽃밭에 쓰러져 있었지요. 벨은 야수를 무릎 위에 누이고 가만히 얼굴을 쓰다듬었어요. 야수의 얼굴 위로 벨의 눈물이 툭 떨어졌지요. 벨은 천천히 야수의 볼에 입을 맞추었어요. 이제야 당신을 사랑하는 제 마음을 알았어요. 그러자 놀랍게도 야수가 눈을 번쩍 뜨지 뭐예요. 그 순간 주변이 환해지면서 야수가 젊고 잘생긴 왕자로 변했어요. 왕자는 마법에 걸려 야수로 변했던 거예요. 벨의 사랑이 야수의 마법을 풀어주었지요. 왕자는 벨을 살며시 껴안았어요. 나와 결혼해 주겠소? 둘은 서로 손을 꼭 잡고 마음을 확인했어요. 아름답고 기쁨에 찬 결혼식이 열렸어요. 미녀와 야수의 소문을 들은 사람들은 못생긴 사람들을 다시 보게 되었지요. 그 후로 미녀와 야수는 행복하게 지냈답니다.
Beauty and the Beast, Joseph Jacobs. There was a man who had 3 daughters. 2 of his daughters were ugly and mean. His youngest, Bella, was very beautiful and kind. One day, the man had to go away on business. He told his daughters he would buy them each a present when he was away. He asked them what they would like. The oldest daughter asked for a pearl necklace. The middle daughter asked for a golden chain. Bella, the youngest daughter, did not want a gift. She only wanted her father to return safely. Her father said she would ask for a gift. After some thought, Bella asked for a rose. The father went and took care of his business. When he finished, he bought the jewelry his oldest and middle daughter wanted. He did not buy the rose because he knew it would die before he got home. He would wait until he was closer to home. Unfortunately, the busy man forgot all about the rose. when he remembered that he was not near a flower shop. However, beside the road, there was a garden with the beautiful roses. The man found the most beautiful rose in it. As soon as he had picked the rose, there was a loud roar. He saw an awful beast. The beast said, "How dare you pick my roses?" The man was terrified. "I'm sorry, please forgive my behavior," he said. "I picked a rose for my daughter." "Those are my roses. You must pay for that rose. Either you or your daughter must come back here and stay with me," said the beast. The man didn't want to, but he agreed to come back the next week with one of his daughters. He took the rose and went home. He did not know what he was going to do. He did not want to bring one of his daughters to the beast. But if he stayed with the beast, who would take care of his daughters? When he arrived home, his daughters were pleased to see him. They were delighted with their gifts. They did not notice that their father was worried about something. The man did not want to tell his daughters about the beast. At first, he did not tell them about the promise he had made. He wanted to enjoy his time with them. He would tell them about the beast later. The man said nothing about the promise for 3 days. But Bella could see that her father was unhappy. "What is the problem, Dad? You are so sad," she said. The man finally told his daughters what had happened. He told them about his promise. Someone had to stay with the beast to pay for the roses. His older daughters were very angry. "This is your fault, Bella," they said. "You wanted a rose." Bella knew they were right. She had asked for a rose. She could not refuse to stay with the beast. "I will go to the beast with you," she told her father. Bella and her father left the very next day. When they arrived at the beast's mansion, they knocked on the front door. The door opened, but there was no one there. Bella and her father looked at each other in surprise. "I guess we should go in," said Bella's father. When they got inside, they saw no one there. However, there was a delicious meal on a big table. They waited, but no one came. "We should eat," said Bella. The meal was great. They ate until they were full. When they finished eating, the empty plates and food disappeared magically. Bella and her father saw no one take them. "Let's wait for the beast to come," said Bella's father. They waited for an hour. Then they heard a loud crash. Bella looked at her father in alarm. "I think the beast is coming," she said. An ugly beast walked in. He was huge and covered in hair. However, he was wearing a nice suit. He was also polite. "Good evening," said the beast. "Did you enjoy your dinner?" "Yes, it was very good," replied Bella. "Have you decided who will stay here with my mansion with me?" asked the beast. Bella was afraid of the beast, but she tried to look brave. "I'll stay. I wanted the rose my father picked. I will pay the price," she said. "Good," said the beast. "While you are here, you can have anything you want. Just ask for it, and it will appear." "Thank you, that's very kind," said Bella. She wanted to ask how these things happened, but she was afraid of the beast. She did not want to make him angry. Bella's father had to go home. He and Bella cried as they said goodbye. "Take care, my dear," he said. He hugged his daughter. So the man went home, and Bella lived at the Beast's mansion. As the Beast had promised, Bella had everything she wanted. The things she wanted just appeared. If she said, "I want some tea," it would magically appear. She never saw anything bring the tea. Bella never saw anyone except the Beast. She spent every day alone. She walked through the garden or thought about her family. Every evening, the Beast came to talk with her. They talked about all kinds of things like family, gardens, and roses. Slowly, Bella stopped being afraid of the Beast. She began to look forward to her time with the Beast. One day, the Beast didn't come for their evening talk. Bella looked for him. She went into the garden. There she found him on the ground. He was sick. "Beast, what is the matter?" she cried. "Bella, I'm dying," said the Beast. "No, don't die. I love you," said Bella. Boom! There was a loud crash, and the Beast turned into a handsome prince. Bella was shocked. "What happened, Beast?" she asked. "A long time ago, a horrible witch cast a spell on me. It made me into an ugly beast. A pure and beautiful girl like you had to fall in love with me. Then the spell would be broken, and I could be a prince again." The rest is history. Bella and the prince, who used to be an ugly beast, got married. Her father and sisters came to live with them. And everyone lived happily ever after.